The Glorious GMMK 2 aims to blend the line between mainstream gaming keyboards and enthusiast boards. They do this by adding features found in enthusiast boards such as 65 or 96% size, 5-pin hot swap support, thick dampening foam, lubricated switches, pre-lubed stabilizers while supporting screw-in stabilizers, and is tray mounted, which completely transforms the feel, sound, and how you will look at keyboards going forward. While still coming with an aluminum top frame, polymer bottom frame, double-shot ABS keycaps, per-key RGB lighting, side lighting, a braided 6-foot removable USB-C cord, NKRO rollover, and your choice of mechanical switches, making it perfect for those who have been wanting to dive deeper into the custom keyboard market without spinning an arm and a leg. Comes in 3 colorways, black, white, or pink. The black and white versions are already shipping, but pink will be shipping in late April/May of 2022. Comes in 2 different sizes, 65% or 96%. And last, it comes in 3 different build options, which include coming pre-built for $119.99, bare bones for $79.99, or you can fully customize it for a significant amount more. For those of you who are just starting out, I would recommend going with the pre-built option and then slowly upgrading from there, and will be what this review focuses on. Starting off with the Fox linear switches, currently they cannot be purchased separately and are only available on this keyboard. They come pre-lubed, are very smooth throughout, and actuation force starts at 45 grams and ends at 60 grams, where most other linear switches don't come lubed and have equal actuation force throughout. This is noticeable and allows me to feel that the switch has been activated and makes me bottom out less often, leading to increased accuracy and faster typing. Found when gaming that it feels extremely responsive as the latency seems very low. Between the lubing and the foam, they are very quiet and can be used with others close by without any annoyance. It shouldn't be picked up by your mic when gaming with friends or streaming. With them having north-facing 5-pin hot swappable switches, you can remove them and put in your choice of Cherry, Gatoron, or Kale branded switches. But of course, Glorious recommends using their Panda or Link switches for optimal compatibility. Here's a quick sound test of the Fox linear switches. Since these have clear housing and a floating design, the RGB lighting is quite impressive and looks great. Colors are accurate at any level of brightness and are quite vibrant. I find it doesn't get terribly bright and can look a bit dim, depending on how bright the room is. They have added the same side lighting that you find on the GMMK Pro, making it look a bit more premium. When you press caps lock, the left side lighting blinks, which is neat even if you can't see it from a normal viewing position. If for some reason you don't want this, you can turn it off in Glorious Core software. Comes with double-shot ABS keycaps over double-shot PBT or regular ABS keycaps, making them still robust but smoother to touch over the usual texture of PBT. They are curved to push your finger to the middle of the key. They feel high quality and I am a big fan. In fact, they are probably the nicest double-shot keycaps I've ever tried. The font is attractive yet simple and allows for the secondary actions to be highlighted without any dimming. Last, you have a copious amount of secondary actions that you can see on the bottom of the key and are accessible via the functions key, which include quite a bit of lighting controls, volume controls, media controls, and other things. A link to all of this is in the description, meaning you don't have to use software at all, which I'm always a big fan of. If you plan on replacing the keycaps, you'll need to pay attention to the right side of the keyboard, as the shift key is 1.7U, with alt and function being 1.5U to make room for those extra keys. Overall build quality is awesome, again, being one of the best keyboards I've ever tried. I noticed no flex or bend in it, and it is quite heavy, coming in almost a pound heavier than the competition at 1.9 pounds, which subconsciously we attribute of being higher quality. If you open it up, there's actually a weight they've added to the base of the board, giving that feeling. The lies! Top aluminum plate is quite thick and then goes into some high quality polymer. I personally enjoy the two-tone look going on here. The overall border and footprint is extremely small, and with the floating keycap design, it makes it easy to clean, and I didn't notice a buildup of grime. On the back, you have 4 tiny textured rubber pads that are quite grippy. With it flat on the desk, there is a 7% incline, and with the single step-up feet, it increases it to 14%. The step-up arms have some rubber on them to prevent slippage and comes across as loose but stiff at the same time, which is a bit weird. Overall, I dig the look and feel of this keyboard and always look forward to using it. Moving into what I am dubbing the enthusiast board features that I haven't mentioned, 96% means that they have fit button-wise a full-size keyboard into an almost TKL size board. 65% means button-wise they have fit a TKL board into around a 60% keyboard size. There will be some missing keys on both of them, but they are accessible via secondary actions. The dampening foam greatly reduces pings by sucking up sound waves. In the case of this keyboard, it is plentiful and completely eliminates any pinging. Last, by them lubricating the switches, they are quieter and smoother. By them lubing the stabilizers, it makes them a lot quieter, and you can remove them and replace them with screw-in ones that make even less noise and give more support to the keys. Personally, I haven't tried this, but plan on upgrading to the GSV2. The 6-foot removable braided USB-C cable isn't anything special, but can be swapped out for a pimped out one for $50, which is just a bit too expensive for my blood. This keyboard supports GMK for those nerdy individuals who want to go hardcore, but most users will be using the Glorious Core software, which continues to improve but is still very bare bones, relatively user-friendly, but has a long way to go before I personally recommend it. With it, you can adjust per key RGB lighting, per key bindings, and performance, which includes up to 1000 Hz and 2 milliseconds of latency. Moving on to the conclusion, this is a premium keyboard and feels fantastic to use. The switches feel great, sound great, and are quiet. It is the nicest keyboard that I own while coming in at one of the cheapest, making it an easy recommendation, as I don't think you'll be able to find a better keyboard for the price. Seriously, I dare you to try. And if you do, let me know in the comment section below, especially since this keyboard is made to upgrade over time to make it even better, which other mainstream boards don't offer. Not that you'll necessarily need to, as I'll be keeping mine stock outside of buying the GSV2 screw-in stabilizers because I'm feeling a bit frisky. Like, dislike, share, subscribe if you please. Otherwise, I will see you in your beautiful face on the next one. God bless and peace out. Smokey says hello.